doing? We are back in the office today. It is Friday afternoon and we have had the day off. And again, it's not by design, it's because we kind of run out of work. We did 2 days this week. I can't remember exactly when we did the swimming pool. We did something else previous to that this week. But it's been very, very up and down. I had quite a large amount of work come in a very short period of time after, again, being in a sort of situation where I wasn't sure where the next job was coming from. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. This year's been so funny in the way that work it's been coming in. I mean, since COVID, we've been completely and utterly inundated with work, and to a point where I can be so nonchalant about where it's coming from. It just keeps pouring in. I don't need to do anything. I stopped all my advertising. Not that I did much anyway. Just shut all that sort of stuff down on Google and on Facebook. Just because there's just too much work to do, and I was able to pick and choose what I wanted to do. It just kept coming in, and I was just doing it all myself, didn't need anybody else. But yeah, this year's been different to say the least, and it happened quite suddenly. After February, I'd say. I had quite a lot of work left over from the year before. We got through January, got through February, and when we started getting to March and April, that's when I noticed things started drying up a little bit. Now, if you recall, COVID first started in 2019. There was a lot of upset in the world, but it was one of the busiest times I can remember. We were working so much, especially after that first scare of it. I think, where people were getting payouts and working from home and stuff, that nobody could leave the country, so people were spending money on their house because they were stuck in their house. So that's why the only reason I can think why we got so busy. And of course, if you was in construction, you was allowed to go to work after a certain period of time. And also, I had the good sense through that period. I signed up for a makeshift charity at the time to be able, as an able person, to go and pick up prescriptions and do jobs for vulnerable people. And I was given almost like a care worker certificate. And what they'd do, they'd just phone you up maybe once a day, and they'd say, we need you to go and pick up a prescription from this shop in your local area, this pharmacist, and take it to this address. Here's all the information, and they set it all up, and that's how the pharmacists were working in that period. So yeah, they phone me up. Can you do this? Can you do that? Yeah, I can do it in half an hour. And then so I had this little certificate thing that was, allowed me to be out whilst everybody else was in lockdown. So that was quite good. And also I had a couple of jobs which allowed me to be completely isolated. There was a very, very large house, and we had the whole place to ourselves. The customer wasn't there. It was a new build. There was no other workers there. It was really quite tranquil, to be honest with you. It was really nice. But anyway, moving on from that. So yeah, since COVID, been so busy, unbelievably so. Don't need to rely on anybody else to find any work, just kept pouring in. I became nonchalant where it was coming from, lazy, didn't even have to lift a finger, it just kept pouring in. And then, like I say, beginning this year. Now apparently, we was in recession at the end of 2023, and we entered 2024 in recession. And recession is when there's 2 quarters of economic decline. So I can't remember exactly what the figures were for the decline, but it went down in one quarter, then the next quarter, the economic growth, it was negative, it was going down. And then apparently in March, it grew, and we came out of recession. Yeah, it's a very positive outlook on things. And apparently the economic growth went up to almost 0.6% or something like that. So they're saying, yeah, we came out of recession. But I'm seeing a slightly different story, and I remember an old builder telling me because I remember a recession in the 90s, and that was pretty bad. Yeah, that we struggled getting work. Yeah, we ended up doing a few bits and pieces, and that was quite a bad time. Just not long come out of school. I finished school in 1990 and just came right out into the beginning of a recession really, and it just got worse and worse and worse. But things did eventually pick up, and that was quite a bad one, I think. So yeah, they're saying we're out of recession, but I'm kind of seeing a bit of a different story there. I mean, maybe we are out of a recession, but with these energy prices and interest rates, I think people are really tightening their belts, and things like home projects, or I think it's really kind of suffering. Me myself, I mean, Judy has been putting up a good case as to why we need a new front door. New front door, the cheapest we find is 2,500. I'm a bit scared to spend that money at the moment. I mean, we've had a good period of work last month, and I'm back into a financial position where I feel quite comfortable, because there was some other expenses that we had to do. But I'm a bit nervous about spending out this money, just in case things go really quiet. We need that money for emergencies. And I think that is the case with a lot of people. Now, it's not just me that's been feeling this, because I've got my finger in quite a few pies. I'm associated with some other plastering companies in the local area, people that I know personally who run them, and I've run jobs through them as well, because I work as a sole trader these days. I can't be doing all that hassle of employing people. I used to do all that. Now it's just me and Shay, and I'm just picking off the cream jobs, easy jobs, and they've been plentiful. Going into people's houses, do you want a cup of tea, all that sort of stuff. Not going on to building sites, not taking on these massive projects. I've been needing that type of people, and anytime I have had anything meaty like that, because obviously I can't have my turnover going over so many thousands, because then I need to be VAT registered. Quite often I'll get the customer to buy the materials to keep my turnover down. So yeah, if I get anything meaty, I run it through other companies that I'm associated with. So there's one, I've just picked up another one, and I've been getting quite a bit of work out of them, and I've gone back to an old firm that I used to do quite a lot of stuff with, and I'm trying to get back in there. But yeah, I've been phoning around all these firms, and I get a lot of jobs from kitchen fitters, bathroom fitters, small developers. I'm very rarely on a job for more than a week. So it's a lot of little jobs, and it's a lot of different projects that you need to get yourself involved with and find out when you can get in there. There's a lot of juggling around to do. But the problem is when you're doing these tiny little projects, and you need massive, they're almost like McDonald's burgers, you're banging out these McDonald's burgers one after another, flipping them. They can just run out just like that. If you're a builder and you've got an extension to do, then you might have 2-3 months work guaranteed there, till you get to the end of the job. But it's not like that for me. So there's certainly quite a lot of insecurity there. And so yeah, I've been phoning up other plasterers. I've got loads of contacts, and I have been having to be proactive in sniffing some work out. And instead of doing these cream jobs, as you saw from one of the last videos, we went and screeded a swimming pool floor in Hampstead Heath, which was a horrendous job. And it was, last year, if you offered that to me, I would have laughed. I wouldn't have even entertained doing something like that and paying the ULEZ charges, etc, etc. So yeah, this year I've had to be much more proactive in finding work. Not so much for myself. I mean, I'm a little bit more financially secure and stuff, but I've got Shane. I feel obliged that I need to give him some work, and he's just passed his driving test, and he needs to get himself up and driving. And driving the test is probably the easiest thing. Finding the money for the insurance and etc. is a different thing. I mean, he's 20 years old. He's got a Focus, or I can't remember what car he's managed to sort out, but it's obviously a small one. The insurance is like £3,000 for him. He needs to make some money at the moment, more than ever. He needs to get himself up and running so that he can move on with his plastering career himself and start taking on his own jobs. So yeah, it's not just me. I've phoned up other plasterers, other associates, and they've all been telling me it's quiet out there. I mean, some established guys as well. So I don't know. They're saying we're not in recession, but it feels like we are. It certainly feels like it. People aren't spending money like they were on their houses. I mean, people are spending money on heating their houses and cooking dinner and paying the mortgage, where the interest rates are incredible. And a lot of people have been caught out. Also, the property market, I believe, is down at the moment. We've got a job to do tomorrow. So now all we've got in at the moment, finished. Did a job the other day for a guy. I didn't record that. The firm that I was on about, this third firm, I went in and broke the ice with them guys, got back in there. And so yeah, that was Thursday. So left that job Thursday, yesterday. I've got a job to do next week, but that's not until the 22nd. So until then, I'm not sure exactly what, there's quite a bit to do there, but I'm not sure exactly what's ready. That's all I've got in at the moment. And I've been used to having so much in front of me that I can't even get my head around to it. So yeah, finished work on Friday, until further notice, other than the 22nd, no work. It's just gone from the previous month having too much work that I can get. It's just up and down all over the place. There's no consistency at the moment. It's so sporadic. So that's why I'm kind of like doing this video, because I'm obliged to do a video by YouTube. I need to keep the analytics up and stuff. So I need to really be pumping a video out mostly every day, ideally every other day. So yeah, yeah, it's just very, very, very strange out there. So I just wanted to ask you guys how you've been finding it, because everybody I've been speaking to is definitely in the building trade. Everybody I'm associated with is saying it's funny, it's very, very quiet. And it gives you a lot of anxiety, I think, because like I say, I left work on Thursday, got nothing else. An emergency job has just come in. It's going to be, it's Friday, we're going to start that tomorrow morning. Somebody passed that through to me because they couldn't get to do it themselves, and this guy wants it done. The house that's going to be sold, and it'd be a good one to do a video of. It's some water damage to a roof lantern, so we need to remove the old plasterboard, get new plasterboard up there and patch it in. And it's a minimal job to do because the guy just wants it patched up so he can sell it on. But housing market's really down, so they're not sure if they will be able to sell it. They might have to rent it out until the housing market picks back up again. It's all very, very complicated world, isn't it? I mean, I just like to sit and play my guitar and cook cowboy pie every now and again and have a beer. There's so much to take your attention, just getting by, and I think everybody's feeling it. So please guys, I know it's a talking video. We're normally doing plastering tutorials. We got loads of stuff on the channel now if you are looking at plastering tutorials and want something to do with that, how to plaster something. But other than that, I mean, if you guys have been following this channel, please get on the comments. Let's have a little chat about it. Tell us how it is for you at the moment. How have you been finding the workflow situation, and what sort of area are you in? Like I say, I tend to be more in the private domestic centre section, and that's where I'm thinking things are slowing down a little bit. That everyday person doing home improvements, building a small extension, stuff like that. So yeah, just a quick one. just a quick video, just giving you guys an update of where we're at. So please do, if you have something to say about this video, the subject we've covered, please put it in the comments and let us all know, and we can all have a discussion about it. Other than that, I'm working tomorrow morning, I'm not complaining about it. I will catch you, and we will probably do, I'm just text the customer, actually I'm still getting, waiting for him to get back to me for permission to film inside his house. So hopefully he will give me permission, and we'll get a good video up for tomorrow night, hopefully. And say it's a leak, it's been a persistent water damage. So we need to get in there and see what damage has actually been caused and see how we rectify it. It's one of those, we're not sure how it's going to go until we get in there and have a good look. So enough said, you guys have an amazing weekend, and I will see you soon on the next video. Take it easy, guys.